20,000 British soldiers. The greatest empire on earth. One afternoon to lose everything. By 1879, the British Empire covered a quarter of the Earth's surface. They had never lost a conventional battle to an African army. They were about to. The Zulu Kingdom of Southern Africa was not a primitive tribal society. It was a sophisticated military state built by one of history's greatest strategists, Shaka Zulu. Shaka had transformed the Zulu into the most formidable fighting force in southern Africa. He invented the bullhorn formation, a tactical system still studied in military schools. The chest of the bull engaged the enemy front. The horns encircled from both sides. The loins, the reserve, delivered the killing blow when the enemy was surrounded. Zulu warriors trained constantly. They ran 50 miles a day. They fought barefoot. A Zulu regiment could cover more ground faster than a British cavalry unit. They used the assegai, short stabbing spear, for close combat after drawing enemies with throwing spears. By 1879, the Zulu army numbered 40,000 warriors under King Sechweo. Britain had given an ultimatum the Zulu king could not accept. War was coming.
Retreat! Save yourselves!
Lord Chelmsford, the British commander, made a catastrophic error of judgment. He divided his force and left his main camp at Isandlwana poorly defended. On January 22, 1879, he rode out personally with half his army to chase a decoy. While he was gone, a scout accidentally stumbled upon the main Zulu army. 20,000 Zulu warriors had been hidden in a valley just miles from the British camp. Within minutes, the bullhorn formation was deployed at full scale. The horns ran at full speed to encircle the camp before the British could react. In the camp, 1,300 British and Allied soldiers scrambled to defend themselves. Ammunition boxes could not be opened fast enough. Resupply broke down completely. The Zulu chest hit the British line with overwhelming force and momentum. As the horns completed their encirclement, the camp became a killing ground. By mid-afternoon, it was over. Over 1,300 men were dead. It was the worst defeat suffered by the British Army against an African force in history. On the same day as Isandlwana, a different battle was being fought just miles away. Rorke's Drift was a small mission station held by just 150 British soldiers. A Zulu force of 4,000 warriors was sent to destroy it after Isandlwana. The British had perhaps 30 minutes warning. They built barricades from biscuit boxes and mail-eye bags. What followed was one of the most remarkable defensive actions in military history. For 12 hours, through the night, 150 men held 4,000 warriors at bay. The Martini Henry rifle, the best infantry weapon of its era, gave an enormous firepower advantage. Coordinated volley fire kept the attackers from breaching the makeshift walls. Multiple positions were lost and retaken. The hospital was set on fire. Men dragged the wounded out. Private Henry Hook, a man described in reports as lazy and troublesome, became a hero. He fought through burning rooms to rescue invalid soldiers who could not walk. At dawn, the Zulu force withdrew. The garrison had held. 11 Victoria Crosses were awarded for Rorke's Drift, the most ever for a single action. The disaster at Isandlwana shocked the British Empire to its foundations. Queen Victoria demanded immediate vengeance. Reinforcements flooded into South Africa. 25,000 fresh troops arrived within weeks. Lord Chelmsford was given one more chance. He was determined to destroy the Zulu kingdom before he could be replaced. The British advanced more carefully this time. Fortified camps, better supply lines. On July 4, 1879, the two armies met at the Battle of Ulundi. The British formed a giant defensive square, rifles on all sides. The Zulu bullhorn formation was deployed again, but this time, conditions were different. The Gatling gun, an early machine gun, was used for the first time in southern Africa. When the Zulu charged, they charged into the most concentrated firepower of the era. The Zulu warriors showed extraordinary courage. They charged again and again. But courage could not overcome Gatling guns and disciplined rifle volleys. After 40 minutes, the Zulu army broke. Ulundi was over. The war was effectively won. The Anglo-Zulu War lasted 6 months. It left a legacy that lasted a century. Britain won, but Isandlwana had proven something the empire did not want to acknowledge. A well-organized African military could defeat a professional European army in open battle. The Zulu had done what almost no African force had ever done against the British Empire. King Cetshwayo was captured, exiled, and eventually brought to London, a curiosity for the public. He met Queen Victoria. His dignity and intelligence surprised the British establishment. He was eventually allowed to return to Zululand, but as a puppet king with no real power. The Zulu kingdom was divided and absorbed into the British colonial system. But the memory of Isandlwana never left the British military's consciousness. It changed how Britain trained, equipped, and deployed forces in colonial campaigns. For the Zulu people, Isandlwana remains a source of profound national pride to this day. Not because they won the war, but because against the most powerful empire on earth. They proved that courage, tactics, and knowledge of the ground could change everything. Subscribe to SG Nova Facts, the history they never taught you in school.